My pregnant wife, 34, suddenly doesn't find me, 33, attractive anymore. Too long did not read. We were fine and then all of a sudden she said she doesn't find me attractive anymore. We have been together 5 years. I gained weight in our second year together after laying in bed for a long time because of an accident. She always said she loves it, think I'm more of a teddy bear, and still found me very attractive, especially when I'm confident. Since she got pregnant I'm very confident, doing a lot to take care of her. Being really good to her. The past week she started saying remarks about my weight. All of a sudden she said today that she doesn't find me attractive anymore. I read a lot about men not finding their wives attractive during pregnancy, but not the other way around. Is this normal? Will it go away? She's still in her first trimester. Edit. Wow, I am so thankful for all the advice. I took it to heart and we had a long conversation today. I explained to her how all this made me feel. She explained that she misses the way I looked when we were in our 20s. I understand that, I do too. She's going to keep sharing her feelings, which I asked her to, but with a little more tact. I just reopened my gym membership and I'm going to get back in shape. Not just for her, also for my health. She got me a new bonsai to say sorry and to show me that she loves me. It does really seem like it's hormones. Especially since after I got a haircut and when I came back she initiated sex. I refused, just because I didn't want her to do me a favor, but she did tell me she was very happy about me taking care of myself and it made her feel better about me already. So I'm happy that it's not something we can't recover from. Fingers crossed this won't last the whole pregnancy, but if it does, I'll know how to deal. To anyone who reacted or private messaged me misogynistic things. Get out of your mom's basement, get a job, work on yourself and go to therapy. Your views of women are toxic and wrong. My wife wanted nothing to do with me physically during any of her pregnancies. That's after a very healthy sex life before and between getting pregnant. Now we have a better sex life than we ever had, but I never fought with her about it. She's growing a human, I can take care of myself for a while. It's impossible for guys to even imagine what pregnancy is like, so don't take it personally. In pregnancy number 3, can confirm I have no sex drive and hate everyone, including my husband, during the first trimester. Give it some time. Sounds like she's projecting but she's also pregnant and hormones definitely affect you hard. Tell her it's hurtful when she says stuff like that and see what she says. My husband breathing annoyed me every time I was pregnant. I definitely didn't find him attractive. I also never told him that because I love him. What your wife said was hurtful. It's normal for her to have limited sex drive but tell her that her comments hurt. It's not okay for her to comment on your body just because she's pregnant. My sex drive took a huge dive, then a huge upturn and then a dive again postpartum, back to normal now. But I would never insult my partner because of it. Tell her it's okay if she doesn't want to be intimate but to leave the comments out of it. Honestly, my husband's existence annoyed me during pregnancy. Probably her hormones acting up. She may feel insecure about herself and her body so she's lashing out at you. Just let her know her comments are hurtful every time and remind her of how much you have been taking care of her and how you still find her attractive. If she still feels this way after the pregnancy then maybe you guys can work on getting fit together. Pregnancy doesn't mean you can degrade your partner. She's an asshole for saying she is settling for you. I would get counseling for yourself and have a serious talk with her. Tell her you want to approach pregnancy, parenthood as a team, and her comments are making you feel alienated. Some things are forgivable during pregnancy, but when the baby comes, healing is on the back burner and it may never get resolved. I know it probably hurts your ego, and I honestly think your feelings are valid. But it is her hormones messing with her. I think the human brain would try turn off functions of attraction during pregnancy, especially since it takes a huge toll on the body and the female human has only one baby at a time, normally. She is going through several months of feeling sick, having a bloated body, swollen feel, compressed organs, etc., and that is all before the delivery itself. I think you need to be understanding about this aspect considering how much she is committing to the actual baby making. I found my spouse repulsive while I was pregnant. He smelled so bad to me but it was just pregnancy. Took a few months after baby was born to go back to normal but it did. And I'm so glad he stuck it out. Me. With all my pregnancies I always found my significant other displeasing and I believe it was just the hormones because it went away eventually. I thought I didn't love him. I thought I found him disgusting, but it disappeared within a couple months of it popping up, and I was right back to loving him and realizing my hormones had me feeling that way. Pregnancy does crazy things, so I wouldn't think too into it. This needs to be a point of serious communication so that it doesn't severely harm your relationship in the long term. It's absolutely part of pregnancy to have issues regarding hormones and sex drive. What is not okay here is her coming out and being clearly hurtful and insensitive. You just need to talk with her and let her know that you were hurt by her comments, and she needs to be able to communicate better than, "You aren't attractive anymore." She shouldn't have said it like that, "But my sex drive plummets when I am pregnant. No one is attractive. Everything my husband does is gross lol. But everyone else too, like burping, sniffing, coughing, disgusting. I don't want touched, I don't want kissed, everything smells bad, I'm grumpy as hell." It's more than likely a phase, and I know it's hard, but I try not to take it too personally. She doesn't want anyone else and it will pass. But warning, my libido stayed down for so long, especially since I breastfed for a year, tour during childbirth. But that isn't the norm for everyone. Yes, Judge Judy. Woman judge light skin tone these divorce-worthy comments right here. She said she feels like she settled for me. Hormones are weird and so powerful. I've not had a successful pregnancy, but in the early days I was all over the place. And every month without fail I start getting irritated with my husband when I'm very hormonal and start questioning our whole relationship. I try to contain it inside, but he probably notices me being off and a bit spiky. Even though I know I have PMT, it doesn't change the emotions and doubts creeping in. So I wouldn't worry too much for now. Tell her it's hurtful, but you can both tackle it together if it's still an issue after the baby comes. Maybe you could make an effort to get into shape too, as it's only a good thing for your health and physical fitness, as babies seem hard work, tears of joy. I'm pregnant with my second child and I'm in the same boat as your wife. Same thing happened with my first pregnancy. That being said, I think the comments on your weight are uncalled for, but maybe she's feeling irritable and pressured. I love my husband a lot, just something during pregnancy makes me go nope and all desire to have sex just vanished. Like I would say I'm pretty much asexual right now. In addition to this, I'm just super tired and feeling sick all the time. I really just want to go to sleep. He doesn't bring it up because he knows I feel pretty guilty about it. My sex drive came back a few months after having the baby and it was really awesome. It did take a while to get there, but it was worth it. Please try not to take it personally, it's sometimes just chemical. Husband could not touch me. Like no more hand holding, he couldn't touch any part of my body at all. Kids also could not touch me during my first and halfway through my second try. Then all of a sudden I needed to be held and cuddled in order to sleep. I loved carrying and cuddling with my kids again. Pregnancy is weird. I could only drink sparkling water first trimester and halfway through the second. Then I could only drink hot things. Then it was only Arrowhead bottled water. And now it's ice water with ice chips. Like, I call ahead and ask what kind of ice they serve in their drinks. Pregnancy is also crazy. This is pretty normal. When my partner was pregnant, she also completely lost her sex drive. Similar things can happen with hormonal contraception, which happened in the past in our relationship. While she did still find me attractive in general, the sex life is just now starting to come back, almost 4 months after our daughter was born. Please note that a child changes a lot in your life and it can take even longer for your sex life to come back. Even a full year after birth is pretty normal for the first time, however you should not hide your feelings. If she does hurt your feelings, you should still express this and she should apologize. If there are problems, you should still discuss them and try to find a resolution together. During my first trimester of pregnancy I was really horny but found the scent of men very repulsive, like I would gag walking down the street if I could smell a man's cologne or body odor. I felt pretty nauseous and seasick all the time and couldn't eat anything but instant mashed potatoes. I certainly wasn't in the mood for love. I think what your wife is experiencing is pretty normal, however the way she said it was probably a bit hurtful and I think you should let her know that it hurt your feelings. Please don't take it personal. Hormones are such a bitch most of the time. I couldn't even stand the smell of a man when I was pregnant. I love men, think they're great, but I am telling you now, there's a point in the pregnancy when we become man haters and everything you do, say, eat, smell like will make us damn crazy because of our hormones. Honestly, do not take it to heart, it's what happens. She will not feel this way forever. I'd be careful being completely dismissive of your wife's feelings even if they may be temporary. To be frank, I had a period during my pregnancy where even looking at my husband put me off. I was so sick and had given up so much and my hormones were raging, I really was put off of everything, and he was just the most constant part of my life. Pregnancy is weird, sorry dude. While I was pregnant, pretty much everything about my husband irked me. His smell, the way he talked, the way he dressed, his posture, I didn't find him attractive at all. As soon as I had our baby, things went back to normal. Hormones can be really weird. But also start lifting weights. Was she on birth control before being pregnant? She's pregnant. Hormones are wild. They make you crazy. Lol, just be supportive, she'll come around. It's hormones. Don't feel bad about yourself, honestly. It's just that her brains are getting fried. I was so repulsed by my husband with our first kid I threatened to divorce him if he tried to touch me, then cried for 45 minutes because I made him feel bad. That's actually how we figured out I was pregnant. By the second trimester I was all over him. You're in it for the long haul. Don't worry about what's happening today. Things change all the time, even day to day. It's a very turbulent and life-changing event having a baby. You must give it lots of time and patience. Older parent, long time married with 4 adult children here. Did she go off of birth control? BC can change women's feelings of attraction. Maybe she was feeling that way towards you for a while since she converted her compliments to good looking and sexy maybe to teddy bear and confidence. And yes, now hormones are playing a role. But she is just saying it. It's kinda pushing it up and out. I don't mean to be harsh, I myself am overweight somewhat right now this past year. First time in my life I'm this size. I'm 35. But yeah, it happens if we don't take care of ourselves. It is possible attractiveness goes with it. Weight looks different on everyone. Some can carry it decently, SND, some it changes their look entirely. Either way, get in shape. Get healthy for yourself and your baby on the way. And her. To ultimately have what you truly want. Lots of love. Hormones can radically change how you feel about lots of things. During pregnancy I started to hate the dog, for example. It's weird but true. Could just be a prego thing. Pregnancy hormones. If it continues after then you'll have to talk about it. My mom told my dad she didn't find him attractive anymore and just didn't think she even loved him in her 3rd trimester with my older brother about 1 year into their marriage. They just celebrated their 32nd wedding anniversary in December. Hormones are whack. Don't stress about it too much. They laugh about that story now and tell it all the time. 100% normal. I just gave birth to my 2nd kid a week ago. I couldn't stand to look at his dad for at least half my pregnancy. No real reason why, but I just wasn't in the mood to be touched or to have sex. It happens. Now that I'm not pregnant, it's back to normal. Make sure you also do a DNA test. Why want a child from a man you're not finding attractive? Yes, it's normal. HCG doubles something like every 2 days for first 10 weeks. Sometimes nothing happens to their mood, sometimes it gets better, sometimes it gets, your face makes me want to vomit, worse. Just hold your shit together for her. It will go back to normal. While I have only been pregnant briefly, the second those hormones kicked in, I had zero interest in any kind of intimacy with my husband, and that is the opposite of how I normally am. I'd suggest you talk to her about her hurtful remarks though. While pregnancy hormones can literally drive a person crazy, they don't have to be mean. My experience during pregnancy is that the hormones just basically took over her brain, causing complete irrationality and even persistent negative thoughts. She had to be put on antidepressants during it. She would have never done any of that ever, but don't worry so much. Just be there for her and tell her you love her and get her what she wants from stores. It'll work itself out. Yeah, this is what pregnancy does to women, don't take it personally. So normal. I couldn't stand my husband's smell while I was pregnant. I never would have told him that though. I had a hard time postpartum too due to lack of sleep, a changed body, and adjusting to life as a SAHM. It's taken a good while to get back to normal. Just be prepared for that possibility too. Maybe she's not happy with her own changing body and developed an aversion that extends beyond her own. Bro, don't let these folks tell you it's just hormones. If she doesn't find you attractive now, no change in hormones will make her feel differently later. It is a sad truth, but women rarely are satisfied for long. Your marriage may be coming to an end, and that is unfortunate because she is actually carrying your child right now. Ask her if she still wants to be married, and if not, proceed with divorce cause it will not get better. Ditch her. She'll quickly find that virtually no men want to date a single mother with a young baby. Just my take from what you revealed in your post. Stop being so attentive. She obviously has an attachment style that makes her not like people who are attentive. She's probably avoidant. People with avoidant attachment styles experience feelings of disgust around those who are secure or anxious attachment types. She needs therapy obviously, but being more avoidant on your part will help her get back to normal in the interim. Or she's just hormonal. But honestly, this doesn't sound like hormones. She specified that she's not attracted to you now, even though nothing has really changed from 4 years ago, other than she is now pregnant and you are being more attentive than usual because of it. There are plenty of happy marriages where there are 2 beds in the bedroom. Keep in mind it might not be personal, but buy an extra bed so you can both have space without needing to sleep in a separate room or couch. I went through the same thing when I was pregnant. My husband had a strange smell about him that I could only smell while I was pregnant. Woman shrugging. Medium skin tone. Hormones are outrageous. You should get back in shape.